conditions. The red lights go out, and it's a great start from McDonald, but not a great start from Wisanowski, and he gets swallowed up by 2, 3, 4, 5 cars. He's side by side with Sean McKenzie now, but the pole sitter and last race's race winner is off to a great start. He's got heaps of speed in that car, and he's dropped the clutch perfectly on first gear to just get it rolling and get us underway for 12 laps of Formula V Queensland and their final Saturday race. Those sunbeams, they're in the shade on the back straight down towards turn number 3. Of course, Donald will come under a little bit of threat here from Hederman. Looks like everyone makes their way cleanly to turn number 3, which is the first key entry point and the first big braking zone of the lap. Out of 5 for the pack. Donald still leads. Hederman in close company with him, but the driver who's made 3rd place on track, his own Wisanowski, is a little bit further back off of that race start. It means it looks like Mike Westerhout in 3rd in the white V, but there's some behind him like Brody Nunn and maybe even Mark Moran there, putting some pressure on. 1st and 2nd starting to get away as 3rd place is side by side. They come back in line, and now Brody Nunn has another look at it after another dose of slipstream to try to take 3rd place in towards turn number 1. Not a braking zone, maybe a little bit of a lift. In normal conditions for these Formula Vs means you need to be really alongside, really down the inside if you're going to commit to trying to take a position away there. 1st and 2nd place get a good run off of turn 2. Sees them still almost breaking that code of 3rd place where all of the battling is right now. Westerhout looking to try to get back that 3rd place. He's got good power. Does he have good brakes? Brody Nunn prides himself as one of the last late breakers, and it gives him an opportunity to try to still fight for that 3rd. Hederman right to the rear gearbox and the crash structure of McDonald in the lead of the race. Does he wait? I think he does. I think he's seeing the gap they've got to 3rd place. He's seeing that Wisanowski didn't get a great start, and he knows that's probably a key rival in this race. In 3rd, we go side by side once again with Westerhout on the inside. This time Brody Nunn's around the outside. And here comes Wisanowski. He does go 3 wide this time. He wants that 3rd place, looking for 2 for 1 in a turn 1. He'll get Westerhout, will get Brody Nunn. He does. Big move from Wisanowski to get himself up into 3rd place, but it'll be a big ask to catch the leaders. Hederman's got the fastest lap of the race at the moment, pretty much matching Alex McDonald, who had it in race number 2. They go into the shade at turn number 3. Side by side, some rows back. Last race of the day. No one wants to pack up without a great result. So that looks like Wisanowski still holding on to his 3rd place from Brody Nunn, from Mike Westerhout, Mark Moran behind that, and behind that, Ed Lawrence, and then Sean McKenzie, I think it is. So this 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. The back of them is Sternbeck, one of the young lady racers in this field. Like Ed Lawrence put one on Mark Moran, and indeed he did at turn 4. Moran will look for it back. What a battle they had in race number 2, and it's right back on. We called it in the grid, we can call it now. Some smoke in the air, and the low afternoon sun towards the evening really shows it up. It's always been 3rd, 4th, in 5th place. Brody Nunn is looking at Mike Westerhout into turn 1. They're side by side with the white car on the outside. Brody Nunn on the inside. They're confident enough to just come across there in the fast sweeper of turn number 1 into 4th place. Looks like he is. Wisanowski in 3rd. He's not coming under too much pressure, but he is bringing them with him. None of them close enough to try to attack him. It's all about the battle behind the 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th is where they're battling, with McKenzie still in a easier spot amongst the glare, probably easier spot in the dark. That thing is radioactive. Moran and Lawrence are side by side towards turn number 1. No overlap for Mark Moran, so he drops back onto the 3rd racing line from the driver's left to sweep through 1 and then set them up for a quick run through 2, because that's where the action happens. The fireworks all start between turns 2. Robinson also gets past Brian Westerhout in 10th, I just noticed. So 10th and 11th have had a swap around there. And now we're side by side again. Moran in the same position against the purple car of Ed Lawrence. This time, does he have more bravery? And yes, he does, to make that move stick. But as that battle, I feel they've lost a little bit of touch with Mike Westerhout and with Brody Nunn. Such is Formula V racing. My eyes are drawn to that 3rd and 4th place battle. Stasinowski and Nunn head towards turn 3 at the far end of the circuit. 12-lap race, and they are on lap 7, so it's about the halfway point. And that means first and second, is it about time that Haydeman turns up the wick they have? They're into the 1 minute 25 now. They're about to cross the timing line. We'll see if they've gone even faster within a Formula V length, which is not far. Haydeman puts in the fastest lap of the race with a 125.7. As Sanowski and Nunn battle over 3rd. Mike Westerhout ends up in a little bit of no man's land. It's Moran, Lawrence and McKenzie, inseparable magnets in their Formula Vs, it must be, as they swap and swap again. It looks like Ed Lawrence, who's gotten back past Mark Moran, has the better of them, and Haydeman absolutely glued to McDonald at the race lead. 4 laps to go in the 12-lap race. Moran has a look. He's going to get to the inside for the final corner. If you can be confident on the brakes, that's a great place to make a pass. If you get in a little bit hot, the track opens up and the driver can cut back to a late apex in that hairpin that just seems to keep on going. Mackenzie's picked off Lawrence and Moran in their battle there. We get 3 wide and towards turn number 1. Mackenzie wants to defend his position from Ed Lawrence. Mark Moran's behind both of them. Watching, waiting, hoping for a weak gazelle to fall off that he can nibble on in that little battle group. Race leaders side by side in towards turn number 3. They did get past that traffic. They stay on the road in turn number 3, but who can get drive down towards turn number 4? The left-handers on the circuit. Doesn't look like Hedderman's going to be able to outfox Alex McDonald just yet. The checkered flag's only a couple corners away from them. There's nothing to separate them. Hedderman would love a win here if he could. McDonald, super defensive position into the final corner, and if he just doesn't let his rival up the inside, I suspect he'll be able to hold on to it. Out the final corner they come. Checkered flag soon to be unfurled for back-to-back race wins in Formula V Queensland. Here comes Alex McDonald, just a whisker ahead of Hedderman. Where's 3rd and 4th spot them in the final corner. Again, you see that last lap board, and it is a red flag to a bull. Brody Nunn's just going to hold on to that 3rd, side by side at the line with this announcement, but a great last lap move from Brody Nunn to get himself on the podium. Here comes Mike Westerhout, a little lonely, but a top 5 is a top 5, and we'll see him start 3rd row of the grid next time. How about the next group? Side by side again, you need the timing. Well, you can tell with your eyes, but they're side by side as Ed Lawrence picked them all off on the final lap to finish ahead of Mark Moran and Sean McKenzie. Another great barnstorming race, super close margins in Formula V Queensland, and recapping that finishing order once again. McDonald from Hedderman, Nunn, Disanowski, Mike Westerhout in 5th, Ed Lawrence getting Mark Moran and Sean McKenzie on the final lap for 6th, putting them back to 7th and 8th respectively. Yamuna Sternbeck in 9th, Jeffrey Robinson 10th, Brian Westerhout, Norman Miklos and Brett Hannon finishing on the lead lap. Michael Gillespie getting 11 in. It's all from me, David Haynes from Formula Vs. I'll hand you back and you can enjoy the rest of today's racing.